All right, welcome to Bloody Flicks. I'm your host, Pete.
I'm Kyle, and we talk about all things bloody.
And today we're going to review what, Kyle?
The new Robert Englund documentary. What is it again? Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, I forgot the title too. All right, so this is Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, which you found first.
Yes,
at
and
Walmart.
actually, I seen another YouTuber talk about this and said it was a Walmart exclusive. So the last time I went to Walmart, they happened to have it, so I bought it.
And you told me, I hesitated. I was like, I don't need any more movies because we're trying to watch the movies that I got a stack of movies. He says,
Yeah.
I keep buying movies and I never watch them anymore because I don't have time. So I went looking for this. It's a steelbook, by the way.
Yeah, it's only comes in a steel book if you get it at Walmart. If you buy it from Amazon, it's just your regular Blu-ray.
Really nice. No insert, just the disc. The Robert Englund story, Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares. So when I went looking for it, I couldn't find it. You found it easy.
Yeah.
At the one Walmart who doesn't stock their DVDs or Blu-rays or movie section. That's like the worst Walmart. I went to mine, who actually is really good at stocking all that stuff, and couldn't find it. 3 days, the third time I went, I happened to look, and somebody either put a copy back or something, I don't know, but there was a copy. So either I was looking for something and I didn't recognize its cover, or I don't know, but, and you said you liked it. It was good. I love documentaries. The older I get, the more I like documentaries. I love documentaries. What did you think about Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares?
So, I've read Robert Englund's autobiography, and basically most of the stuff that's in the documentary is in the book. So, from watching it, I didn't really learn anything that I didn't already know. So, if you've read Robert Englund's book, if you want to, just watch this for the heck of it, go ahead. But if you've never read the book, just watch the documentary first. Like I said, I didn't learn nothing new, but it was still kind of cool to watch it and that. But you, on the other hand, never read his book, so everything in the documentary was probably something new to you for the most part.
Damn readers. No, you are a book nerd, and you follow everything horror way more than I do. You said it was mostly about Freddy, which it's probably 60% all Freddy, 40% other stuff. I expected it to be all about Freddy too, because it's I found it really good. I mean, I really like documentaries anyway. I went into it thinking, okay, I'm talking about Freddy, the shit we already know. If you're a Freddy Krueger fan, you probably know everything about Freddy Krueger anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what I expected. But I had some pleasant surprises. And the first part, they talk about all of his movies from the late 60s, 70s, and into the 70s, which I didn't realize he was in a lot of movies that if I go back and watch, so that I haven't watched since I was little, he would be in those movies and I would be shocked. So I like learning about, it makes me want to go find those movies and watch them. So that was a nice surprise. There are things I learned, him and his wife, how they met was cool, stuff like that. So, I mean, the Hellraiser, geez, wrong movie. Delete that. Rewind. Nightmare on Elm Street was the same old stuff that everybody kind of knew. I mean, unless you don't know who, like, I know Freddy Krueger, but never seen a movie. Like, you just know the name, then you'll learn.
Yeah.
But I like the stuff about his movies, and I like after they talk about Nightmare on Elm Street, they do get into how he went into other roles after that, and how he adapted to his character, and how. So I really like that because you probably know that from the book and stuff, but. I thought it was very entertaining, and I did learn about other movies that he did, which I really liked.
Did you watch any of the special features?
I have not time.
I think there's one called, I don't know if it's on the back, horror icons. It actually talks about like Freddy, Jason, Michael, all those, and then, it talked with like Tony Todd and Kane Hodder. That actually was that I learned a little more than the actual documentary part, just because, like. And then they totally blew off Doug Bradley, because when they were listing off the horror icons, they forgot Doug Bradley, so they didn't mention Pinhead. Wrong. Yes, I know.
Well, during the documentary, they actually have Kane Hodder, Doug Bradley, Bill Moseley as the main three of the main three that show up a lot, and they talk, because actually Robert Englund worked with Doug Bradley in the 70s and Kane Hodder in the 70s, and of course they were supposed to be in Freddy vs. Jason together, which everybody knew.
They talk about that.
And you see Kane was actually, he was hurt by that. But later on, in the later movies that they did, after Nightmare on Elm Street, there's a movie that Kane and Robert Englund did together where they face off as their normal characters together. So watch the documentary. They talk about the names of all the movies, and I don't remember it. I'm going to go back and rewatch it and try to find those movies, especially the one with Kane and him, because they do have face off in a movie. And they tell you about it in the documentary, but they face off as themselves, because they said, if we can't face off as Freddy versus Jason, we're going to do it Kane versus, Robert. So, and he's been in a lot of movies, and he's helped a lot of people, which you knew he was a nice guy, but I didn't realize he was that nice. Like, he's like, really takes new actors under the wing and stuff, and really, so I did learn a lot about that. I mean, if it was in a book, then, yeah, so if it doesn't have pictures, I really don't read it.
Well, it has pictures.
No, yeah, but a lot of pictures?
Yeah, for the most part.
Like Spot sees, fire hydrant type book?
No.
It's above my level then.
Yeah. Okay. No, actually the book, it breaks it down like every Nightmare on Elm Street movie, like the whole process of, was he going to be in the movie? Was he not going to be in the movie? Like how much he was getting paid. It like deep dives into the whole, like every movie. And, and then like the other movies he was in, like the lesser known movies. I mean, the book's pretty good, but like I said, if you've read the book, you're not going to learn nothing watching that. But I mean,
it's still a good, it's still good. It's a cool, it's good steel book. I mean, the steel book's cool.
I didn't realize it was 2 hours long.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I was sucked into it.
Well, I started watching it it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, most documentaries are about an hour and a half or so, and I was starting to get tired, and I'm like, man, this ain't over with yet. So I turned it off, went to bed. In the morning, I finished watching it, and I think I still had like another hour. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, for me, not reading the books, it was really well done. You learn about it. I like the fact about all his other movies, hearing all the other characters that he's worked with, Doug Bradley and Bill Moseley, and you know them for their characters on their own. You don't realize a lot of these have worked together in multiple movies before they were big, and still work to each other. I mean, we know Kane and Felicity Rose still do a lot of stuff, but I didn't realize Robert Englund was still in a bunch of movies as even smaller parts. It's just. It's kind of cool. So I like it. Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares. It's got a picture of Robert Englund and then Freddy and then the old Robert Englund in the middle. You'll see behind us if I can find a picture. Robert Englund's story. So it's a pretty cool cover. The back has a picture of Freddy with the chair up his ass. Oh, he's sitting on a chair. Yeah, it's a cool steelbook. I mean, inside's got a picture of Freddy. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's only $10. $20.
Yeah, 20.
It was $20. Yeah, so if you find one at Walmart, grab it while you can. It's I'm sure collectors will obviously will do that, but definitely watch it. And of course, steelbook, I got a scratch in mine already because I stack movies on top of each other and then put them away like a year later, something like that.
So what do you give this horror documentary? And actually, this is the first documentary that we've actually reviewed. So
yeah,
we'll have to do more of these.
Well, I'm a documentary horror. I love documentaries. I'm the type that'll watch documentaries. Like if I don't like a band or a character, I won't really follow them. But if there's a documentary about a band, even if I don't like them, I will be sucked in to watch them. For some reason. I don't know if it's with age or what, but this one actually did it. I would give this documentary, for me, I would give this documentary 4 out of 5 blood drops. Just because I learned something out of this, especially about all the movies that he's done besides Nightmare on Elm Street, which we already know that whole story. So it kind of gave me more insight than, which makes me more pissed off that I got COVID and couldn't get the meet and greet picture that I had to give to you Because the whole time I watched this going, the more I found out how nice he was, the more pissed off I got that I got COVID last year and couldn't meet him. So I'm kind of churning about that now.
Well, I told you we could digitally Photoshop you into the picture standing next to me. You could do the thing, because Freddie's got his blade up to my throat. You could have the thing where you're pointing like all awesome, like
Kill him.
Yeah.
He is coming to Horror Hound, Indianapolis, August 13th, and I am tempted to drive in there just to get his picture and then jet. It's under $440 just to get his picture and jet, because you can buy his autograph online. So if I could get the higher expensive one pictures, then I'll do that. But it just depends.
Now, for me, since, like I said, the book kind of took a little bit away from it. If I had just watched this and not the book, and read the book, I would give this 4 out of 5 blood drops. But since I read the book, it kind of brings it down a little for me. So I would give it a 3 because I read the book. But if I didn't read the book, I'd give it a 4. This is definitely a documentary you should probably watch if you're a Freddie fan or you want to know more about Robert Englund. So
that was the impressive part, learning more about Robert Englund himself as far as him helping others. He really took it, so I really like that. But yeah, and it's a cool steelbook. I mean, we all love steelbooks. So
when he's in that movie Eaten Alive, it's like,
I want to get that.
I'm Buck and I like to fuck. I have that movie.
I haven't seen the movie, and the first thing I thought was, I got to get that. So I made a list to start writing down movies. And then I did actually fall asleep for a few minutes because I got up early enough, like 4 o'clock that morning. And then I had to rewind and finish watching it. So I didn't realize it was 2 hours, but that's probably why I got tired, because it was later in the day and I'm trying to watch the movie. So, but yeah, 4 out of 5 for me. 3 out of 4, 4 to 5. He's kind of in the middle, 3.5, whatever.
Yeah, well, okay, so we'll go 3.5. I don't think we've ever done 3.5. So I'm going to give this 3.5 just for this. But this is a good documentary. Just, try to find it at your local Walmart or, find it online and watch it. So
absolutely. So until next time,
stay bloody.